week or so ago, I was talking with some brand new clients, really wonderful conversation, but one of the things that struck me was this question about, okay, who is Real Broker and who is the Tartan team and what is the relationship between the two? So I wanted to create a video because if that was a question that these clients had and they found me through a video like this, well, it's probably a question that a lot more of you have. So wanted to use some time here to just go ahead and clear that up, as well as share why it is that I joined Real Broker. And especially if you're an agent or thinking about becoming a real estate agent, I'd love to share why I think Real Broker is such an amazing brokerage to hang your license with. But also, if you're looking at selling your home or purchasing a home with me and the Tartan team, well, you probably want to have a better understanding of who Real Broker is as well, because they are the ones that handle all of the compliance and make sure that we are above board legally in every step of a real estate transaction. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Nick Offenkamp. I am the lead agent on the Tartan team. The Tartan team is a group of real estate professionals that I am building. We exist to be elite real estate professionals, but without the egos that so often typify those kind of rock star real estate agents. And in this video, like I said, what we're going to be talking about is the connection between the Tartan team and Real Broker and why it is that I decided to join Real Broker when I went out on my own about a year ago now. So every real estate agent has to hang their license with a state-recognized brokerage. And it's important that when you're buying or selling a house, your contract is actually with a particular brokerage. Now, the brokerage is the business that is responsible for all of the compliance, legal compliance, having all documentation organized. They're the ones that are held legally responsible for making sure that real estate transactions all happen above board. They are accountable. Now, of course, as a licensed agent hanging my license with Real Broker, I'm considered an affiliate agent. And of course, I have legal responsibilities as well. All of the laws of agency apply, and I have to do all of my diligent work to make sure that we are compliant. But ultimately, it is the brokerage and the designated broker who is above me that make sure that they're where the buck stops. And so they partner with me to make sure that everything is going smoothly. And if I have any questions about transaction, especially about legalities or compliance things, I have a designated broker, somebody who's very, very experienced. They've been in real estate for multiple decades, lots of training, and they're on call for me to reach out to anytime that I feel like I'm either stuck or just need some advice. So that is one of the keys, just at a high level advantages. It's really a protection to you as a seller or a buyer to just know that it's not just Nick out there on his own figuring it all out. I actually do have layers of accountability and support above me so that if there is any questions, I've got people that I can lean on, and that serves you as well. And one of the main reasons that I decided to hang my license with Real is because it is such an incredible group of people who are at Real. Sharon, who is one of the leaders in Real, he is one of the brightest minds in real estate, and he handles pretty much all of the training for Real Brokerage and beyond. Tamir Poleg, the CEO of the company, is also just a brilliant guy. And what Real has done so well is they are really more like a technology company than even a traditional brokerage, because they are leveraging the best of technology in order to support their agents. And that comes down to utilizing AI tools to make it really easy and quick to get answers to questions and to make sure that all the files related to the purchase or sale of your home are nicely organized and questions are answered. They also have some of the top-notch training resources available to all Real agents. They have an incredible network, referrals, and ways to be able to connect with agents all across the USA. It's the fastest growing brokerage in the world. Just this year alone, Real has added close to 10,000 agents, almost doubling in size. It's just remarkable to see the growth pattern there. And the people who are coming to Real are like top performing, super fantastic agents that are bringing a lot of experience, a lot of innovation. It's just a really exciting network of high performing real estate professionals to be able to connect with. And there's a culture at Real that also really drew me in, and that's the work hard, be kind tagline that is all over Real's branding. And those are two things that I am absolutely all about. I want to work extremely hard, diligently. That's just always been in my blood. But kindness is also a core value of mine. And that's not just something that I say, but it's really something that I live. I really aspire to treat everybody with incredible kindness. And so there was just an alignment from the very get-go between how I'm wired and the way that Real operates and puts itself out into the world. So cutting edge, top minds in real estate, fantastic technology, great alignment in terms of values, connections that are all over the country, and just knowing too that Real has all of the same great oversight that I would find in any other brokerage to serve you as a client who has chosen to work with me. Now, one of the other things that I really like about Real is that they do emphasize their agents creating their own personal brands. And so Real has enabled me to go out and create the Tartan team with the support of Real as the brokerage. So the Tartan team is what I am assembling, a group of real estate professionals. Right now, I'm the only agent on the team, but I've got transaction coordinator, video editor, stager, photographers, people that I am consistently working with that are, unofficially a part of the Tartan team. But whenever you work with me, you're getting this set group of really elite, top-notch professionals that I have assembled to serve you every step in the transaction. And what Real Broker has allowed me to do is to be able to build that team, to build that brand, that identity, the Tartan team, without being overbearing like some of the more legacy brokerages are. I'm thinking of a Keller Williams or Remax or Caldwell Banker, even Sotheby's International. With those brokerages, those are very brand forward. Like a Keller Williams tends to be, everything's got to be kind of red and white, and they really want that Keller Williams name out front for everybody to see. And with Real, their approach is different in that it's much more of a, okay, how can we support you, Nick, and the Tartan team to be as successful as possible in building your own business? And Real as a brokerage takes more of a, not a back seat, but they're not as brand forward, which is something that I really appreciate, that the subtlety of their brand and their support of agents building their own personal brand and brand identity. And I think that that's really good because I really want to attract folks that resonate with who I am and want to work with me. I find that that's the best experience for both of us. That if you are watching this and you're liking what it is that you're seeing and picking up in terms of my energy, then in all likelihood, I'm going to really enjoy working with you as well. And those are just always the best professional relationships. So much better than a cold call coming in from a Zillow lead or somebody that just reached out to a random Keller Williams office and is just trying to get paired with an agent. Who knows if that's going to be a good personality mesh or if we're going to be aligned in just the way that we operate. But by being able to build the Tartan team, having a unique value proposition, and that, again, being the sort of elite level of service that you're going to get, but without the ego, by you getting to know me through this and getting to know me as the Tartan team, well, again, hopefully that resonates and you say, yeah, that's the kind of guy, that's the kind of people that I want to reach out to and work with. And Real does a fantastic job of allowing me to build that. Another thing I love about Real, and let's be honest, it's probably the top reason that I joined them. Nah, I'm going to take that back. Not the top reason. So truly the number one reason that I joined Real is because of the people, the Sharons, the Tamirs, the incredible group of agents that are already at Real and that are moving over to Real over the past couple of years. It's just a wonderful and exciting place to be. It is the cutting edge of real estate. It's a very forward-looking kind of place. And so that was the number one draw. Now, the icing on that cake is Real's fee structure. As a real estate agent, Real's fee structure is very hard to beat. Now, if you're not an agent, you've probably heard that real estate agents have a split that they pay to their brokerage. So whatever we agree on in terms of my compensation for helping you list or purchase a home, the brokerage typically takes a cut of that. And in some brokerages, that can be as much as 60% of that cut goes to the brokerage. Even a 40% to the brokerage, 60% to the broker is not uncommon. So as I was looking at different brokerages, when I saw that Real takes only 15% and leaves 85% to the agent, well, that was really attractive because based on the rest of the industry, that's a really low, really fair sort of percentage. And you've probably also heard that many different brokerages charge monthly what they call either desk fees or technology fees. And those can be significant, sometimes $400 or $500 a month. This is especially the case in some of the older brokerages, again, like the Keller Williams, Coldwell Bankers, where they've got big office spaces and they've got the copiers and all of the marketing materials and a bunch of other administrative staff that they need to support. And so, of course, they have to charge their agents a monthly desk fee to help cover all of those additional amenities. Well, Real said, hey, we probably don't need to be doing that in 2024. And so Real is what's called a cloud-based brokerage. Yes, they have a few small physical offices as required by Washington state law. You have to have a physical building if you're going to be a licensed brokerage, which is why on some of my materials, you'll see a random address in Bellevue. That's where Real's physical office in Washington is. But on the whole, Real is considered a cloud-based brokerage. And so my office is wherever I choose for it to be. Most of the time, it's here in my house, my home office. Sometimes it's in coffee shops. Sometimes it's at your house. Sometimes it's just at the houses that I'm showing. My office gets to move around everywhere. And in terms of administrative fees or anything like that, well, sure, it puts a bit more on my shoulders in that I've got to find who it is that I want to have do my copies and marketing materials and those kinds of things. But I actually really like that because I'm not having to pay $400 or $500 a month to cover some other company's overhead. And also, I get to be a lot more selective about what services I use, which again just fits into the brand identity. I'm not beholden to whatever graphic designer or print materials are available within my brokerage. Instead, I'm able to shop the best of the best around Clark County, find the most creative people, the best services, and employ those to really help market your house when we're doing a listing. And I really appreciate that. So the implication here is that Real doesn't have the overhead. I don't have desk fees or monthly technology fees. The only thing that I pay to Real is that 15% split of my commissions, which again is very reasonable. And then with that $400 or $500 a month savings and not having to pay for a desk fee, well, I'm able to utilize that to really get the services that I think are top notch and are best to serve my clients. So very, very affordable. Getting even a bit further into the weeds there, and this is especially geared towards those that are real estate agents, perhaps thinking about making a switch and wondering, okay, should I join Real? Well, one of the other top benefits is that as an agent with Real, your cap is $12,000, which is so low compared to any other brokerage that I talked with. Most brokerages minimum cap is going to be 16,000. Sometimes it's 20. I've even heard all the way up to 24,000. What that means is that you pay your 15% split of commissions, but once you've paid Real $12,000, well, you keep 100% of your commissions after that. And that's a huge benefit as you're building your business, because it's more money in your pocket, which means more that you can reinvest into your business, more money that you have to better serve your clients. Anyhow, I just see all around the better job that your brokerage does at keeping money in your pockets, the better that you're going to do in the real estate business. One of the things that people ask about was like, well, if you're not going into an office and it's a cloud-based thing, like, what kind of support or training do you have? And I know I touched on this earlier in the video, but just to double down again, you've got the brightest minds in real estate that every single week are hosting live calls. There's a rapidly growing library of resources and trainings on demand that you can watch anytime. You've got access to your designated broker just a phone call away anytime you're stuck or have questions. But the thing that I've appreciated the most is just the culture that Real has built within the agents, that at any given moment, I've got 4 or 5 agents at Real that I'm very close with that I could call for advice on anything about real estate. And I use that almost weekly, where either in the group text or reaching out to one agent in particular to just say, hey, I'm having this issue, or could you take a look at this for me and give me your feedback, give me your thoughts. That is just so immensely helpful to have that kind of support. And so Real's done an amazing job in building that culture, investing in training and resources, and unbelievably, they're able to do that for some of the lowest, if not the lowest fees in the industry. And financially, it just gets better from there, because being such a young and rapidly growing brokerage, there are tons of opportunities to gain equity in the company through stock and stock options, getting discounted stocks, being rewarded with stocks. The stock price has almost tripled in just the 6 months of this year alone. And that's even with all of the lawsuits that have been coming. This is, again, mid-2024 at the time that I'm recording this. I believe that Real is the only publicly traded brokerage that stock has significantly increased over the last 6 months. Most of the legacy brokerages have seen massive decreases in their stock value. So this is a great opportunity as an agent to get in with a young but rapidly growing, highly energetic brokerage and be able to kind of catch those tailwinds with the different stock options that you have. And then, of course, kind of like an EXP, there are some incentives and advantages for agent attraction. And, full disclaimer, of course, that's part of what this video is, right? That I really enjoy being part of Real Broker. I think that it's a fantastic place. I think that it is the best fit for me in building my business. I love what they enable me to do, and I love how little they charge for it. And so, of course, if you're looking at getting into real estate or you're looking at making a change, I'm going to recommend that you join Real. That's a genuine recommendation. And it is very nice that should you choose to join Real, and I was part of that decision for you, well, then you can use me as a referring agent, and there are some benefits to me for that in terms of compensation that I receive, a small percentage of your deals. Now, that doesn't take away anything that you make when you sell a home. It just comes out of that 15% that goes to Real. They give me a little bit of that for bringing somebody as awesome as you to join Real Brokerage. And that benefit also extends to you, so that once you join, anybody who you bring through your sphere of influence in the agent world, you get to benefit from their wins as well. And I think that that's a really awesome system. Now, there are brokerages, dare I say it, EXP, where they've gotten kind of gross about how they do agent attraction. And there are agents who have completely ditched even trying to sell homes, and instead all they do is agent attraction because they see that is their ticket to wealth and freedom and everything that they're wanting. I do appreciate the way that Real has set up their incentive systems that to be an agent at Real, to receive any of these rewards, you do need to continue to be a producing agent. You do need to really be an awesome real estate professional, and that Real is very concerned about maintaining a certain culture, that work hard, be kind sort of agent. They really care about the fit. And so they don't want to just cast the widest net possible and bring in a bunch of, B, C, D level agents. They really want A level players. And they've attracted those A level players. And now those A level agents are continuing to bring in other A level agents because, again, to me, it just seems like the value proposition is so obvious. Again, talking directly now to agents, who is Real for? Well, if you are a brand new agent, is Real the right brokerage for you? And I think so. I really do, but it really depends on how self-motivated you are. For me, I don't do well going into an office space. Going into an office and being around other agents, it kind of kills my productivity. It bothers me when I've got people that are constantly coming over trying to make small talk, or there's interruptions when I'm really trying to focus in and do deep work. I mean, even imagining trying to record videos like this in an office full of agents, it's going to be a lot harder. There's just a lot more distractions that don't push me forward in my goals as an agent, as building a business. So I don't want that. And even as a new agent, I would really rather through the trainings provided by Real, through different coaching programs, through resources available on YouTube, or even just reaching out to agent friends when I run into an issue, when I need help with something, that I get that targeted help for that issue. And then have really intentional times, throughout the week, throughout the month, where I do get into these small huddles with other agents within Real or other agents within the community, just to have some of that peer-to-peer connection that I do think is important. So if you're a self-motivated person, you can work well on your own, you know how to be resourceful, get the answers and the help that you need when you need it, then yeah, Real is going to be an awesome fit for you. But if that's not you, if you're somebody who does need a lot of handholding, you're somebody that needs a mentor who's going to sit at a desk next to you and show you, this is the button that you click and here's how you type this in, and, going with you on different appointments or meeting with sellers, clients. Well, in that case, Real might not be the right fit for you. I mean, you might find that mentoring agent that's out there at Real. But if you're really looking for the hand-holding and an office that you can go into, well, then probably one of the more legacy brokerages is going to be a better fit. And there's no shame in that. It's just knowing how it is that you're wired. Also, I get really excited about building my own brand and having the Tartan team, which really is an expression of my own identity, the things that I care most about. It's an homage to my father-in-law and the business that he had in real estate, Tartan Realty in British Columbia. Real allows me to build a brand the way that I want to build it, to serve my ideal clients in the way that I see best fit. And if that's you, if you have a real vision to execute for your business and brand, well, Real is going to support you to do that. But if that sounds scary to you, you don't want to build your own brand. You just want to be able to take something that somebody else has created. I mean, Real does have some of those resources. You can go with stock signs, and they have an incredible marketing department where you can just order their stock materials, just put your name and phone number on it. But if really you're wanting all of those things to be done for you, well, again, a legacy brokerage might be helpful there, because you do have more of that administrative help. You've got the marketing department that's going to create flyers and things for you. You don't have to do that yourself. Now, of course, the downside to it is that your stuff looks like everybody else's. And I think it's much harder to stand out and really build a unique business when all of your signage and branding looks the same as, you know, the person that's sitting next to you at Coldwell Banker. So not to, you know, just totally diss on Coldwell Banker here. That's not my intent. But again, I just think that uniqueness, being yourself, letting that shine forth and attracting the people that resonate with you is the most sustainable way to build a business in the long run, not trying to just mimic what other people have done. I think that that's a much harder way ultimately to go. Yes, does it take more work to create your own branding and flyers and do things that are reflective of your personality? At first, sure. But now that I've got a lot of those templates and things created and a brand identity fairly well established, I mean, now it's become a whole lot easier for me to just quickly be able to make my materials for a new listing and print them off, and we're off to the races. In conclusion, this feels like a long, rambling video. I apologize if that's how it's striking you. The summary here is that if you're buying or selling a home with me, Real Brokerage is where I hang my license. Your agreement is ultimately with Real Brokerage. They're the ones that are the kind of legal entity that's the buck stops with them for facilitating compliance and being above board in the real estate transaction. Real is among the very best of the best. They've got everything in place to make sure that your transaction goes as smooth as humanly imaginable. I am an affiliate agent hanging my license with Real. So in that regard, I am a representative of Real working directly with you. And Real has enabled me to create my own brand identity underneath the brokerage's umbrella. That brand identity is the Tartan team. If you're an agent thinking about either switching brokerages or you're just recently licensed and you want to learn more about Real, I think it's tough to beat. I haven't seen another brokerage that can hold a candle to everything that Real offers you. If you want to be with the best and brightest minds in real estate in 2024 and beyond, Real is the place to be. If you want top tier training, Real is the place to be. If you want the latest and greatest in technology and user interface, Real's the place to be. If you want to network with agents all across the United States, Real is the place to be. And if you want to make as much money as possible because the brokerage isn't constantly siphoning money out of your paychecks and also gives you opportunity to build equity within the company, well, Real is an absolute no-brainer there. Their fees are so low. You've got awesome opportunities to grow with the company through stock options, through attracting other like-minded sort of agents. There's just so many ways that you can grow with Real. So if you would like to talk more about Real, if you got other questions for me, well, one way to do that, comments below, but even better would be for us to have a conversation so you can book an appointment with me. That's whether you are looking to buy or sell a home or whether you're an agent looking to connect and learn more. Use the link, schedule a meeting, and I would love to talk further, love to hear about your goals and talk about how me being with Real, what Real has to offer, whether that's as a client or as a real estate agent. All right, that's a lot. Let me know what you think. And before you go, please do like and subscribe to the channel. It means the world to me to know that you're out there, that this is beneficial to you, and that I should keep making these videos. So please do like, subscribe. Let me know that you're out there. I will be back again very soon. Thanks, y'all.